how do you create a positive stigma out of feedback? How do you do that? How do you make people get so excited? They're like, oh my gosh, the feedback meeting's coming. I'm so excited to hear where I can get it right or figure out something. How do you generate that enthusiasm?
Well, look, I think, I like to think about like 1% improvements. And in my experience, sort of seeing a feedback session as a starting point versus a finality, especially scheduled feedback, it can feel a little rote and a little forced. I'm a big fan of, again, I'm going to preach this all night, but like normalizing it. It's just part of the relationship. We have, in a relationship, any kind of relationship, you should be having regular check-ins. So a feedback session won't offer that many surprises, I think. I think you also have to consider environment, consider timing, and consider where the other person's coming from. I've given feedback sessions where I can clearly tell that someone has just had 7 Zoom meetings and they're coming into me. And I want to sort of create a space that's safe so that you can hear me. If you're not open and receptive, then there's no use in giving feedback, right? It's just going to bounce right off you and into resentment and into something else. So I think making it positive is neutralizing it. Feedback in and of itself is not positive or negative. You're considering the person's story that's giving it to you. And by the way, the feedback people give is more about them than about you anyway, in terms of what they think and what they think is valuable. Only when they give it and then you hear it can you have a conversation. But if you're already marshaled up, that's going to make it just a lot. You're just going to bounce right off of you. So my invitation is to get good at it, like practice it, ask for it. Simon Sinek has a great resource about asking your friends, like, why are you friends with me? I mean, that's a great way to get some feedback straight out of the gate. Ray Dalio, right? He's this incredible entrepreneur. Radical transparency is what he practices at his company. After every meeting, people get rated about how they performed in the meeting based on their own metrics, right? So having your own like measurement tool as well is, I think, really the key to making it positive. That way you can outsource or insource what you hear.
Ooh, that's a good